The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy.
Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, joined as always by my fellow podcaster, The Boy.
Hey, you went simple there, and I appreciate it.
Literal, really. I guess I could call you a troper given this week's subject matter, but
I don't think that's accurate.
Something about that piece of terminology sounds like you're some kind of racist.
Yeah, I don't know what specific.
Or maybe like a sexual sadist, but not in a socially acceptable way.
Like it's not bad. It sounds
bad. Like you fuck frogs and the frogs aren't into it.
I like that addendum. So this week, listener, we, in our never-ending search to bring you varied content, have decided.
Have invented ways to make ourselves sound more important.
Shut up. I've decided that what we're going to do is a thing that's apparently pretty common with Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is boring and I don't want to read about tax laws for the next hour. So we're going to do it with TV tropes. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the TV Tropes website. If you've never been there before, haha, I've ruined your life. Go there, just Google it, it's like the first result. We're going to hit the random trope button, and providing the trope is not dumb and bad, we're going to look over it, see what we can do, see what we, know about the trope, read over a little bit, maybe give you a little excerpt from the trope description, go over some examples, talk about media we like with this in it, media we don't like, just generally discuss the thing, because, that sounds like a good topic for cool people.
I'm not sure I'm cool enough.
So, we could make further ado, but I'm going to go ahead and say no. Let's go ahead and hit the button. Hit the button, right?
Okay. I did it. Fuck, shoot, center, I'm in the mass face.
No, fuck center mass, shoot him in the face.
I'm sorry, I don't know where the fuck you learned to read. That says, fuck, shoot, center, I'm in the mass face.
The trope name, if you want to follow along with our bad jokes, is Boom Headshot. I think we don't really need to read the description on this one. It's when you shoot someone in the head with something in fiction, and their whole head just blows right the fuck up. It does.
Is it?
Let's see here.
Yeah, it says it pairs with the Junkie Salsa rule and the Kennedy assassination.
Also, it's because it looks like part of it is that people in fiction, real life, are trained to hit for the center of mass because the head's hard to hit. Whereas in fiction, people shoot people in the head a lot more than in real life. That's the trope. You guys want to talk about? Well, let's look at some examples of that, shall we?
I'm the only other person here.
No, I'm talking to the listener.
Oh, they don't get input during the podcast. They're very quiet.
I assume they always agree with me.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, there's a folder for fucking everything.
Yeah, pick one.
I don't know. It's sports.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Oh, no. I expected this to be like some...
No, literally,
You can shoot a deer in the head instantly to kill it.
In Deer Hunter 2005, a sports video game. This should belong in video games. TV Tropes, this is misfiled.
This is video games.
Oh, non-video game examples. Oh, I see. Oh, no. Tabletop games. We're safe in tabletop games. Let's go to tabletop games.
I don't think you are, motherfucker. I don't think you're ready for this shit.
Let's see here. All right. GURPS, of course, has a rule. They make headshots 4x damage, and even if the damage isn't lethal, it requires an immediate and nearly impossible roll to avoid being stunned and knocked down. All right. I mean, that seems fair. So let's talk about role-playing games.
Okay.
Do you tend to use this when you're DMing? Because this is more of a DM sort of thing of how you describe a hit in a setting with like arrows or guns or swords or whatever, crossbows. When you're describing something as a DM, do you tend to describe headshots more like this? Like where you hit him in the head and the whole head just fucking, it's gone, like blows up and brain everywhere? Or do you tend to describe it more like another trope it's related to, contrasting to, I believe it's called like, or at least it used to be called pretty little headshots, where it's like just one little tiny circle?
I mean, it depends on what they're getting shot in the head with.
Okay, so like what? A shotgun is more this, whereas like a sniper rifle would be the second thing, or?
Well, I mean, it depends on the caliber of the sniper rifle, but yeah, like an arrow isn't going to make you explode.
You would consider that outside the realm of normal?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
It's highly irregular. Canon, however, pretty good at that.
All right. What? All right. No, I want to know mythology and religion. What brings this?
That's how David killed Goliath, I guess. It wasn't a one-shot kill, but it left him incapacitated, and then David cut his fucking head off with his own sword, just like Link did to the Gorons.
Hey, quick side note: the Bible's way harder than you might think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot of people. It's like it reads a lot like Lord of the Rings.
What an interesting comparison. I don't think I remember hobbit holes in Genesis.
No, yeah, like the beginning talks about what shit is, and then like who beget who, which is the opening of Fellowship that I fucking skipped.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
And then there's this huge adventure, and then a nice guy with long hair and a beard shows up, and he's the best, and we need to get him.
He's the best.
We need to get him in a good position, and some shit goes down.
And there's
lots of fighting and orcs, and that's the Bible.
I'm pretty sure there's not orcs in the Bible. I'm willing to lay down at least a small bottle cap based bet that there are no orcs in the Bible.
Oh, I kind of want to take that bottle cap based bet. I think we've exhausted.
Yeah, Lex Trope.
Shooting people in the fucking head. Do you like it when this happens?
Specifically shooting people in the head, like, to an unrealistically accurate degree. Like, I would use this trope a lot as a DM if there was someone whose, like, character was that they were incredibly accurate marksmen. I would be more likely to describe shots that kill people as shots to the head than, say, to, like, the chest. If that's part of their character. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess. I don't... what a weird trope.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Like, I mean, I get the ones that are like...
You get this with video game tropes. They tend to be a little...
I guess, but, like, I get the ones that are, you know... I get the need to codify when certain situations happen or certain character quirks happen. But who's like, I need a list of all of the video... You know what? I've written angry articles before. Never mind. I understand this entirely.
Yep, there you go.
Random trope we go. Here, the little blue button.
Blue button.
Canine companion. Pictured Will Smith, comma, dog meat.
All dogs in the post-apocalyptic universe are dog meat.
I guess. German Shepherds are the only things to fucking survive the apocalypse.
They're the hardest to dog. Oh, come on. You really want to see a movie about, or like a television show about a hardcore post-apocalyptic road warrior with his cool gun and his leather armor walking around with a fucking dachshund?
I mean, first of all, sure.
I'm Claw. I'm a bounty hunter. I bring in muties. This is my dog.
His name is Claw.
This is my dog, Ween Ween.
Fucking Claw deserves Ween Ween.
Claw and Ween Ween. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Pee-pee?
Hold on, what? All right, back it up.
Well, okay, all right. This is very short, unlike most of them. A canine companion. A dog who travels with a character wherever he or she goes, and traditionally known as man's best friend. This can be anything from another trope to another trope. If you're lucky, your post-apocalyptic dog will be one of these, and not a feral dog hunting you down. Often called upon for urine trouble jokes.
Urine trouble jokes, I imagine. I'm going to make a guess.
Pee-pee.
Well, I'm going to make a guess. It's specifically when the dog pees on someone the audience doesn't like.
Let's see. Yep.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay, good.
Is that a picture from the bootleg Titanic movie?
I think it is. That's awesome.
I don't know that I agree with that sentiment, but okay.
I like dags in fiction.
Yeah, I mean they're all right. They've become really weirdly popular ever since like Fable 2, was it? Fable 3?
Yeah, they've always been popular in gaming, but you're right, that is a good watermark for when they started popping up like a lot more in non-gaming fiction too. Like Man and His Inseparable Dog Companion, about that point started popping up again in non-gaming fiction.
Made the rounds once again.
There's one thing about this trope that I'm not a huge fan of, and that's when they kill the dog. Don't kill the dog. You don't need to. Stop.
I mean, like...
More accurately, if you want to kill the dog, really stop, think about it. Do you need to? What is your story being served by you killing the dog?
Right. And if the story is being served by it, go for it. But more often than not, it's just a gut shot.
You just decide to make everyone sad. And if I wanted to be sad, I'd just watch The Road again.
This paragraph co-written by George R.R. Martin. And which characters are beloved in this story? Well, we have a dog. Perfect.
Yeah, he does actually like killing the dogs.
I have no fucking doubt.
He seems to make a specific point about killing all the dogs.
I have no fucking doubt.
He gave all the Stark Kids direwolves for the specific purpose of murdering all of them.
Just ripped the wings off of flies when he was a kid. It's a fucking...
Yeah. He talks about how he's trying to make a more realistic fantasy fiction where the good guys don't always win and no one is safe. No, I've read your books. You're just kind of a weird character sadist who goes to a lot of trouble to make us like characters and then specifically murder them because we like them. And don't get me wrong, it makes for compelling fiction because you kind of want to see how long your new fave lasts until they get the George R.R. knifing.
Disagree.
No, you don't. I do. And I assume the listener does, as Game of Thrones is an incredibly popular show.
Not that popular. I'd say there's a reason they're heading toward the last season.
No, dude, it still gets huge numbers.
Oh, no, I'm sure it does, but I'm sure those huge numbers aren't what they used to be. So they went, you know what? Let's chill it off before we get too small.
Let's not overstay our welcome.
Yeah, let's end on
and
a
you know
bang.
what? That's a good idea.
Yep.
We could look up examples of this.
Yeah, we're gonna anime.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Neo-human Kasern. He travels with his dog partner Frender.
Oh my god.
Frender can become a tank, car, jet, or submarine, and can breathe fire. He is the inspiration of Rush, the dog from Mega Man.
Well, shit, I learned something today. Also, Frender, way cooler than I thought.
Yeah.
Also, Frender is a terrible name.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think if we really dive into this sort of thing, we got Satanist potential in this podcast.
Nothing is as good as Satanist 2.
No, I mean, no.
Nothing. I don't... What the fuck? I mean,
it's dogs. It's dogs in fiction.
Okay, I've been using and reading casually, and in a business sense, figure that one out. TV tropes for 8 years now.
We are just getting a really shit list of tropes.
I mean, not even that, but all three of the ones that we've looked at, I've gone, why the fuck would I ever goddamn care?
No, I can see.
No, I can see, I can get it, but it's is this real life? A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into this.
Yeah.
They did a lot of time and effort in, and I'm not saying that's a waste. I'm just saying this is real.
Yeah.
This happened.
A lot of people put effort into making this and compiling examples of cool dogs in fiction who hang around their people.
I guess.
Go to video games.
What is a video game? It's,
Yeah. Wait, there's a fucking dog in Star Wars: The Old Republic?
the Knights of the Fallen Empire, the video game. You can buy an act dog as a combat companion, which can somehow heal you. I'm guessing with the PP discussed earlier.
I'm betting.
Or the Force PP.
Yeah, Force PP. There we go.
Force PP. Having played that game, spend $10 and you can sit down while the dog does his Force PP at you.
Cool. Oh, that's a good example of dog.
Pokemon?
Nah, the Mabari Hound from Dragon Age, bitch.
I don't know if that language was necessary, strictly. I've been nothing but nice to you today.
Getting real on the podcast.
Blue button.
Teleports back.
Nightcrawler.
I like this.
Hitting lady with metal hair.
I like this trope. I like pretty much every time someone who can teleport in fiction uses this trope because it, one, looks cool, and two, is a really clever use of your teleportation. Why wouldn't you do that if you can?
Can I also just say the quotes at the top of the page? At some point in the history of troping, as they took away like interesting and flavorful names, they also took away quotes that like summed up or defined what the trope is, and instead replaced them with some sassy ass fucking bullshit from some idiot.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be more common.
Like that almost has nothing to do with the trope. I mean, except tangentially. Teleport spam. That's when you get spam from one place to another. Examples.
Dick, don't
films,
stop.
animation. In Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope's glitching gives her the ability to teleport spam short distances.
Dude. If you don't like the premise, we can do something else. Stop shitting on it.
I'm not shitting on it. I was having a good time.
No, I think that, this is a cool thing to do. I wouldn't say that...
What, teleport spam?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Having played Nightcrawler and Marvel Heroes and many other games. And really, characters in most fighting games, much to your chagrin. Trust me, I know the benefit of a good teleport spam. Hell, you know the benefit of good teleport spam, having played fucking Vision and Loki.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. I cannot listen to you when you're playing the Vision. Because it's just this horrible grinding noise anytime you move anywhere.
His teleport noise is one of the worst, and I use it almost exclusively to move.
The guy in this banner looks like a dude I know, and it's really distracting, because I'm like, is he
That's
a model
such a
now?
visual joke that the audience could not possibly...
Well, you know what? The audience doesn't know this dude I know, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
I assume it's Satanist too.
Oh.
Weeb animation.
No, that's anime. It's up there.
One of Frollo's core abilities in the Frollo show, although he rarely used it for combat purposes. Is this about Claude Frollo?
Hold on. Yeah, it's fucking the Frollo.
Yeah,
Yes,
it fucking is. No, I think I need to leave. I think I need to go. I don't think we need to be there. I think we need to leave.
Okay.
And it's just like I got a bad vibe. I got a bad vibe.
You said should be blue button?
It's a nasty juju. Let's just blue button. Let's forget this ever happened. Teleport. Never did it. Trees into toothpicks. What is that from? Asterix and no, Mad Magazine. Okay. The image had a very Asterix style.
This looks stupid.
It's really old.
Yeah, this is a really old.
Yeah, it's really old. It's like, when somebody is
cuts down like a whole tree to make a toothpick to pick their teeth with.
Yeah. It's really not something that there's a subfolder for puppet shows. I don't know if you can keep Sesame Street as puppet. I mean,
Sesame Street is a puppet show.
All right,
it is a puppet show.
It's also TV.
Yeah, it is, but
Oh wait, hold on. Okay. That's Mystery Science Theater. I thought there was a TV series called Boggy Creek: The Legend Continues.
Because that's the next podcast right there.
Shit, man.
Silver platter. Puppet show. Oh, you know what? No, that's fair. The Muppet Show.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. It's just like,
certain sections of Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, all of the Star Wars movies, really.
Not all of them.
No, not the prequels. Ain't no puppets in them fucking films.
I don't know. Episode 1, Yoda, was he a puppet? No, he was CG.
No, he was constantly CG. All of them are CG. Samuel L. Jackson was not actually in that movie. He was made by CG. His voice was like CG manipulation of words he'd already said.
But he got paid for it, so I'm sure he's fine with it.
Yeah. That speech he gives about like the Force, that was made from the speech from
Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah. They just changed the words around.
Pretty sure that's not true.
Look it up.
Pretty sure you're okay.
And if you find out it's wrong, please comment below and let us know.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? No, I'm on your side. This is facts until you prove us wrong, listener.
Putting a lot of weight on you today, listener.
Blue button.
Look at that, my friend. Fact check my nonsense. All right, okay. I think this fulfills the original intent of our trope roulette here. See the whites of their eyes. I like this trope. I like that, like, tension build. Where there's, like, an action scene going. And, like, you know, shit's barreling down on you. And it's coming. And the good guys are like, hold! And, like, you know, you're like, no, don't hold any longer, you fool. It'll be too late. Hold! And then
yeah, this can be done it can also be done really stupid.
Yeah, but like, I think that's if your movie hasn't earned it. I think you have to earn the hold. I think you have to build that tension, because if you haven't built that tension, then no, it's not going to work. But that's not the trope's fault. That's your fault for making a bad movie film. Starship Troopers. No, I like Starship Troopers.
Shit, no, all the ones where they use this are good.
Yeah. Good work.
I think I might just be wrong.
Good work, films.
This has a 100% success rate.
Good work, TV tropes.
Also, it's also partially about when people in fiction fire their guns and shit at way shorter than the effective range should be.
Mm-hmm.
That's just good movie making.
Yeah.
That makes your action scenes more dynamic, more tension-filled. Yes, it suffers a little logically, but to be fair, most of the movies where it suffers logically, you either only know because you're a very specified pool of knowledge, like you're in the military, or it's fiction anyway, and like super fiction, like it's space robots or shit. Maybe calm down. Like the example for Top Gun. Scroll down. Because this version is too judgy. I'm going to call you out, person who wrote the Top Gun thing. Top Gun depicts aerial combat at absurdly short ranges for modern jet fighters. Sometimes jets are shown firing missiles at targets within the minimum effective range of that kind of missile. At one point during the production, military pilots flying pointed this out, and the filmmakers agreed to it by shooting actual aerial combat. The resulting footage was completely unusable because the jets were so far away from each other the viewer couldn't actually see anything, so they went back to shooting at closer ranges. Now, I read all of that to give you guys an idea of why this trope exists. Because yes, you're right, Top Gun's jet fighting is way too close for actual jet fighting. But if you do it the right way, it looks boring and is unusable because the jets are miles away from each other. So they changed it to make a good movie.
This over here, this ad for Trident University. Do you think that is about Gum or Poseidon?
I don't see why it has to choose.
Good. Blue button.
This is Rock Me Asmodeus.
I prefer Asmodeus.
So do I, but this is clearly a Rock Me Amadeus pun, so I went with it.
Yeah. What? Falco died?
No!
When did Falco die? Now we are going to Wikipedia. This is usurped. 1998? I was very busy. I understand why I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, it happened very long ago.
Sure.
I like this. This is just a good trope. Rock and Roll Devil is a good trope. I can't think of an instance where Rock and Roll Devil's been used poorly. Can you? Shall we look?
I can think of instances where Rock and Roll Devil hasn't helped. But
really, when?
It in and of itself was not bad.
Maybe one time Rock and Roll Devil has not made a movie better. Or television show or video game or whatever. You got all the instances right here in a big list right in front of you.
I do. This is gonna make it good here. Like I know you hate Squidbillies, so I kind of want to lean on that. But
That's cheating. Also, I bet you that was cool.
it probably was. Squidbillies had some good jokes sometimes. Video games, maybe. Is there a game that's bad? Do you even?
Do you even what?
Do you even have all of the examples? I guess not. All right. Well, because I'm not going to sit here and go at the camera for a while.
Like genuinely,
you win by default.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This is the whites of their eyes. This always makes the thing better.
I'll figure it out.
now you're into it.
Yeah. I also like Rock and Roll Devil. I like most devils.
What devil don't you like?
Strawman Devil.
Like the devil from
Ipanema? No, the one that's set up just to like put over values.
Okay, all right.
Like the Saturday morning cartoon villain devil. No, actually, that's not even accurate because I like the Saturday morning cartoon villain devil. It is specifically the Strawman Devil that I don't like.
Fair enough.
I just think if you're like an overlord of, hell, you're probably not a fucking dumbass.
Probably able to make slightly better. What? He hit the blue button.
I hit the blue button. I was being stealthy about it.
We're now on fucking cable car action sequence.
I don't think I've ever seen a film that has one of these. I understand what it is.
Yeah, I mean it's self-explaining title. What? Go to films, live action or animation. I don't care. I have to know.
We're doing live action with James Bond. That makes sense.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service and Moonraker. I don't think I've seen either.
Oh well, Johnny English Reborn.
Oh yeah, that's a movie. Oh, we have.
All right, I mean,
Spider-Man.
Yes, but not really.
He does a thing where he holds up the cable car and makes Spider-Man catch
but
it.
it's not like they fight on the cable car.
I'd say that is a little cheaty the cable car wasn't a huge section.
How do I report this trope for bad troping?
Report as kind of weaselly.
I can't. I have to just edit it, and I don't feel like doing that right now because then our podcast would be a lot of me
clicking and typing
on a fucking keyboard.
This does not seem to be a trope that is a lot of use in modern times.
No.
Video games?
Maybe.
Wow, there's
games
a lot of them. Amount. Oh wow, no, there's a bunch in. Oh, are you guys? They're counting the gondolas in Halo 2. I suppose those were cable cars, weren't they?
Sure.
I guess I just don't think about it when it happens. It apparently happens fairly often, and I just don't.
Not into shit I pay attention to. Like Chuck, the TV series.
An episode of MacGyver. That's pretty great. Just saying.
He didn't really have a fight. He had to get rid of a bomb on a gondola.
That's an action sequence.
I guess. You know what else is an action sequence? Me clicking this button. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun!
Funk metal. That's just a genre of music. Move on.
Living Color, though. Faith No More. Incubus. Jane's Addiction. I like this trope.
It's just a genre of music.
Yeah. Maximum the Hormone. Red Hot Chili Peppers. The entirety of Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Yeah, this is good. Good. Alright, good trope.
Move on.
General failure. That's when things generally don't work out.
No, this is like the shitty, dumb, incompetent military commander.
It's Zap Brannigan.
Yeah, Zap Brannigan. I think this can be very, very useful. Honestly, I like this trope.
I think it's overdone because of Zap Brannigan, but this leads into my entire distaste for Futurama. So
what?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had this conversation privately, but not on the podcast. I liked Futurama. I thought it had some good ideas. I think it continues to overstay its fucking welcome. It hasn't really been funny in years. I got pretty tired of it when it became the Bender Show, starring Bender, featuring Bender, and in addition, introducing Bender. Bender's the funniest fucking thing of all time, and if you don't agree, bite my shiny metal ass, drink a beer, and then, I don't know, rob somebody and punch him in the face. Speaking of tropes I don't like, Eric Cartman, Bender, shit like that, fuck those guys. Master Shake, the Mooninites, I get tired of that shit.
I don't think it's fair to lump Cartman in with the rest of those guys.
Well, like, they're degrees of horrible monsters.
Oh, Cartman's a horrible monster, but like...
I'm understanding he eventually got enough comeuppance and, like, it's different now, but I haven't watched the show in at least 5 years.
I don't know, you need like a comedic element there. That's an important character in like a really heavy comedy show, is the person who's a dickbag. Like,
and never is really punished for it?
No, sometimes they're punished for it. Like, that's important that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
but like...
Master Shake got his shit wrecked in. Sometimes Eric Cartman, and sometimes Awesome-O happens.
I mean, I guess, but like... I don't know.
I would say overdone. It's a bad trope, and it's been very popular.
Yeah, and I think
recently.
I would say that the numbers are like 80-20 in terms of victory is mine versus comeuppance.
Well, I mean, any good heel should go over a fair amount of the time.
I don't know if 70-20 is a good fair amount of the time, unless you think the last 4 years of The Authority have been good.
That's fair. That's a fair counterpoint. I like this trope. I think it's useful in role-playing games especially.
Really? Really?
Yeah, you haven't run into a situation where I've had to use it. But, like, I think the idea of putting the player characters in a situation where they have to, like, assist with some sort of struggle, like a war or something like that, not on, like, the front lines, but as a crew of people who have to clean up after the general's absolute incompetence, that can make the general a really effective villain for the piece, and it can give you a good stuff to go on. It also gives the player character someone they can inherently laser in on as the source of their problems. It lets them think about ways to get rid of the general that are within whatever moral constraints those characters have. I actually think it can be really useful. You just haven't run into it.
Yeah, it's that zone of role-playing that, like, is so deep into military theory and historical significance that it's outside of my purview.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
The smaller version of this is something we have both run into, which is the incredibly shitty and unhelpful small-town cop.
Sure.
And that can be very useful, unless it is literally every town.
Well, all towns are small when you're up really high.
I don't even...
Dropping a wisdom bomb on you. Let's do one last trope. Let's hit the blue button. First law of resurrection.
If a creator wants to bring a dead character back to life, that character will come back.
That's fair but asinine? Who decided this was a law?
To be fair, the page thing is pretty great.
I mean, yeah, but like... Okay, comic book death, I see. They've fucking renamed it 9 times to take the meaning out of what... God damn it, this fucking website.
This website has gone downhill in the last few years. I'm not going to pretend like it hasn't. They've taken most of the fun names out and given them names that aren't really...
Well, except in this fucking situation where they're like, let's contemplate love resurrection because I'm a fucking notices of my own asshole. When it's fucking comic book death. Nobody stays dead in comic books. Hercules is not going to stay dead in the fucking Adventures of Hercules.
You got really mad about this?
I am very mad about this.
I don't know why.
Like, well, it's okay. Okay, like, if I can explain it concisely here. Let's say you open... Let's say you
I want to meet this fucking straw man you've created. I like him.
Let's say you open 10 bags of M&Ms, okay? And 9 of those bags you sort by color, and the last one you sort by weight. Why?
Also, how M&Ms are roughly the same.
I mean, you have a little scale. It's a cat.
Okay.
I've gotten used to the noise of, in case you didn't hear it, listener, soft 3-round burst. It's a cat.
I guess, I mean, you're fair.
So,
fair.
I mean, and to destroy the metaphor here, or the simile, as is more accurate, you have taken time and care to reduce the amount of character or play in the titles of your tropes.
And make it a more functional wiki.
Which is fine, I respect that, but then you change it in a different place to make it less, because I took you literally TV Tropes' first law of resurrection. I assumed this was a law. Not like a law at the state level or the federal level, but like the laws of resurrection.
Like good fictional resurrection, like don't do this. This, rule 1. If a character was reduced to ashes, maybe don't bring them back to life, or whatever the first rule is.
Sure. But like, or even rule 0 of DMing. It doesn't, DM.
The rules don't matter, the DM
Yeah.
makes the rules. But this is it's just comic book death. It's specifically talking about how if the creator wants to bring a character back for drama reasons, then logic has no bearing on whether or not that happens. This is rule 0 of DMing. This is what this is. The laws of the setting don't matter. The DM, the creator, the person who's telling the story, makes the rules. You just found a really convoluted way of saying that? This trope?
This trope? Yeah, I'm upset. George is getting upset.
I can understand why. I don't know if this is a bad trope. I think it's a kind of a necessary.
Overused.
It's overused, but
Violently overused.
But only in specific media.
TV shows and comic books.
Mostly things with long continuity.
Yeah, long form stuff.
Long enough for the creators to run out of ideas or feel they need to bring it back to the original idea to...
Or, as often happens, they hand it off to a different set of writers, and that set of writers goes...
But I want to play with these characters because they're the ones I grew up reading.
Snorted a bunch of cocaine and decided that I'm going to be King Edgelord and kill off this character. Or
the
as
character,
you were saying, the character died of a really good story reason, and fucking Joe Quesada shows up and is like,
it's not how I was it's not how it was when I was growing up reading it. So we're gonna make it how it was when I was growing up reading it because that's the best time.
Did I say Joe Quesada? I meant Superboy Prime. Did I say Superboy Prime? I meant Joe Quesada.
Yeah, the funny thing is, other than his work as an actual comic books editor,
perfectly good guy. Yeah,
he's a great
no problems
dude.
with him at all.
Done a lot of good stuff for comics.
Agree entirely.
Good artist, damn good artist.
Oh, he's alright. Yeah.
But as an editor, he's a shit person.
Oh yeah, no. I don't want that guy in charge of a fucking 2-person boat.
One person's fine because then he can go and drown himself.
If he wants, if that's his deal, and only to rise from the grave without a wife. And with his aunt resurrected, as is the first law, I guess.
Shit, yeah, we brought it back around. I feel like that's a good place to wrap up.
Sure. I wanted to make another jab at Joe Quesada, but nah.
Letting you off easy tonight, Joe. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it, let's get hardcore! Blood, pain, we're all insane. Suffer head trauma, destroy our